accidental. Xiao Zhan spills the truth about Jungkook and Taehyung being together. Fans can't believe what they heard. It was supposed to be just another harmless celebrity cross-interview, a fun, lighthearted segment between two Asian megastars, Xiao Zhan and members of BTS. No one expected a scandal. No one expected this. But on a night that started with laughter, snacks, and fan service, a single sentence from Xiao Zhan would ignite an international frenzy, crash fan forums, and have armies from Seoul to Sao Paulo wondering, did he just confirm it? The live stream that started it all. The special collaboration live stream had already drawn over 12 million viewers. Xiao Zhan, in a crisp white shirt, sat between J-Hope and Jimin while the rest of BTS joined remotely from different locations due to their schedules. The atmosphere was electric. Xiao Zhan was teasing J-Hope about his dance moves, laughing with Jimin about his Mandarin pronunciation, and sharing how much he admired BTS's work ethic. But as the fan-submitted questions started rolling in, one harmless-looking comment flashed across the screen. Which BTS members do you think are the closest to each other behind the scenes? Xiao Zhan's smile lingered for a moment before he answered. Oh, that's easy. Jungkook and Taehyung. Those two are, well, let's just say they're together more than anyone else. The word together hung in the air like a firework about to explode. The stunned silence. Jimin's jaw dropped, subtly but enough for eagle-eyed fans to catch. J-Hope immediately let out an awkward laugh, shooting a quick glance off camera as if silently asking, are we cutting this stream now? From one of the remote screens, Jungkook was seen biting his lip while Taehyung leaned back in his chair, smirking faintly, his eyes locked on the camera. The chat feed went wild. Xiao Zhan, did you just... What do you mean together? Taekook Nation rise. The moment he realized what he'd done. Xiao Zhan blinked, clearly realizing he had just thrown gasoline on a rumor that had been quietly burning in the fandom for years. He tried to steer the conversation back, adding quickly, I mean, they're close friends, of course. They, hang out a lot. Always supporting each other. But his tone betrayed him. It was the kind of backpedal that only made people more suspicious. Behind the scenes, a story too real? Later that night, an anonymous staff member claimed that Xiao Zhan's comment wasn't just random, it came from something he saw. According to this insider, a few weeks before the live stream, Xiao Zhan had attended a private after-party following an award show. BTS was there, and so were a handful of other top-tier celebrities. The source recalled. Most people were mingling, talking, moving around. But Jungkook and Taehyung, they were in their own world. At one point, Taehyung reached over, fixed Jungkook's hair, and Jungkook just smiled at him in this way I can't explain. It wasn't the smile you give a friend. Xiao Zhan noticed. We all did. The hotel lobby incident. Adding to the storm, a fan account on Weibo posted photos allegedly showing Jungkook and Taehyung leaving a hotel lobby together at 2:43 a.m. during the group's last overseas trip. They weren't in stage outfits. They weren't with staff. They were both in hoodies, Jungkook carrying a paper bag and Taehyung holding what looked like a takeaway cup. The most telling detail? They left through a side entrance, not the main door where fans usually wait. Jungkook and Taehyung's reactions after the stream. Within 24 hours of Xiao Zhan's accidental confession, both Jungkook and Taehyung posted on Weverse. Jungkook wrote, "People love to talk. I just live my life." Taehyung's post, however, was far more cryptic. Some truths are not meant to be hidden forever. It was enough to keep the speculation roaring. Army investigators dig up receipts. By day 2, fan investigators had resurfaced years of Taekook evidence, clips, GIFs, and behind-the-scenes footage, now framed in the light of Xiao Zhan's words. 2016, the back hug moment during Bon Voyage Season 1, where Taehyung wrapped Jungkook in a long embrace by the campfire. 2019, a rehearsal video where Jungkook absent-mindedly brushed Taehyung's hand and neither pulled away. 2022, Taehyung's "I'll take care of you" comment during a concert mic check, caught by fans despite not being part of the main audio feed. Xiao Zhan's follow-up interview. 3 days after the live stream, Xiao Zhan appeared on a Chinese entertainment show to promote his new drama. Inevitably, the host brought up the comment, With a practiced smile, Xiao Zhan said, I think friendships in this industry can be deeper than people think. Jungkook and Taehyung have a bond that's rare. Whatever label people put on it, it's theirs to define. The answer didn't deny anything. If anything, it left the door wide open. The whisper at the awards show. The next big wave came a week later when BTS appeared at a televised awards ceremony in Seoul. Cameras caught a brief moment where Jungkook leaned toward Taehyung and whispered something in his ear, causing Taehyung to laugh softly. Lip readers went into overdrive. One viral thread claimed Jungkook said, "Ignore what they say. We know the truth." Fans react worldwide. By now, the army was divided into two camps, those who believe Xiao Zhan had unintentionally confirmed a romance, and those insisting it was nothing but platonic closeness. Fan-made edits flooded TikTok, setting Taekook clips to romantic ballads. Twitter was ablaze with trending tags. Hashtag TaekookTruth, hashtag Xiao Zhan spilled, hashtag Protect Taekook. In Brazil, fans even organized a flash mob in a public square, dancing to Boy with Love with banners reading, "Let them be." The late night live. In a twist that only deepened the mystery, Taehyung went live on Instagram one night around 1 a.m. Korea Standard Time. He played soft jazz in the background, read a few comments, and then, without explanation, aimed the camera at Jungkook, who was sitting right there beside him. Jungkook waved lazily and said, "Guess we're still together." The live ended seconds later. Big Hit's silence speaks louder than words. Throughout all of this, Big Hit music maintained complete silence. No clarifications. No denials. No press statements. For a company usually quick to squash rumors, their lack of response only fueled the idea that there was something they didn't want to touch. The aftermath for Xiao Zhan. While Xiao Zhan's fanbase stood firmly by him, even finding the moment endearing, some armies accused him of invading privacy. Hashtags calling for people to leave Taekook alone circulated alongside fan edits of Xiao Zhan laughing with BTS members, evidence to supporters that there was no malice behind his words. Where it stands now. Weeks later, the clip of Xiao Zhan's comment has been viewed over 80 million times across platforms. Fan debates continue daily. Whether Xiao Zhan truly spilled the truth or just made an innocent remark, one thing is certain. He changed the trajectory of one of K-pop's most enduring rumors. And somewhere behind closed doors, Jungkook and Taehyung know exactly how much of it is real. We weren't supposed to hear that, the fallout from Xiao Zhan's slip on Jungkook and Taehyung. When Xiao Zhan's words first escaped into the live stream air, they seemed harmless, a casual remark about Jungkook and Taehyung being together more than anyone else. But within minutes, those words turned into a digital wildfire, burning through every fan platform, igniting hashtags, and setting the stage for one of the most heated debates in K-pop fandom history. What the world didn't see at first was the chaos happening behind the scenes, chaos Xiao Zhan himself wasn't ready for. The immediate damage control. The moment the live stream ended, Xiao Zhan reportedly received a flurry of calls, some from his own team, others from BTS's management. According to a production crew member, the room went from laughter to dead silence the second the end stream button was hit. He just sat there, phone buzzing nonstop, the crew member recalled. You could tell he was trying to laugh it off, but his manager's face was pale. They knew exactly what kind of storm had just been unleashed. Across the ocean, Big Hit staff were already pulling the stream from certain platforms, hoping to slow the spread. It didn't work. Fans had already clipped and shared it thousands of times. The private group chat. An insider leaked that BTS's private group chat was buzzing with reactions. Jimin. Hyung, you couldn't just say Namjoon and Yoongi. Taehyung, it's fine. They'll believe what they want. Jungkook, yeah, but now it's everywhere. The most interesting part? Taehyung's follow-up message was reportedly a single heart emoji, directed to Jungkook. Whether playful or loaded with meaning, it set theories spiraling even further. A secret meeting at the studio. 3 days later, Xiao Zhan was spotted entering a private recording studio in Seoul. Paparazzi photos showed him wearing a black mask, flanked by 2 assistants. But what set off alarms among fans was who was seen entering just 15 minutes later, Taehyung. No cameras caught them leaving together, but an anonymous sound engineer claimed they stayed inside for nearly 2 hours, talking in low voices, before leaving separately. It didn't look tense, the engineer said. If anything, they seemed comfortable, like they understood each other. The fan camp at HYB. As the days passed, dozens of fans camped outside the HYB building, holding banners reading "Let them be" and "We support you." Take care, okay. Some even played the clip of Xiao Zhan's comment on a loop from portable speakers, as if daring the company to address it. Inside, reports claimed that executives were debating whether to issue a formal statement or let the rumors simmer to boost public interest ahead of upcoming projects. The flight sighting. 1 week after the live stream, Jungkook and Taehyung were scheduled for a short overseas trip for an undisclosed photo shoot. At Incheon Airport, fans noticed they arrived separately but, by sheer coincidence or careful planning, ended up seated next to each other on the plane. A flight attendant later posted anonymously online. They were very low-key, hoodies up, headphones on. But at one point, Taehyung passed Jungkook his phone, and they watched something together for almost an hour. They laughed quietly, like they forgot they weren't alone. Xiao Jean breaks his silence, sort of. 2 weeks after the initial incident, Xiao Zhan posted a cryptic message on Weibo. Some bonds are too beautiful to explain. I didn't mean to cause noise, only to share what I've seen. Fans immediately interpreted this as him doubling down rather than retracting. The post gathered over 5 million likes in a matter of hours, with armies flooding the comments section with either gratitude or warnings to stop stirring. The rehearsal leak. A shaky, grainy clip surfaced online allegedly showing Jungkook and Taehyung during a closed-door rehearsal. In the video, Taehyung draped an arm casually over Jungkook's shoulders while they waited for music to cue. At one point, Jungkook reached up, adjusted Taehyung's mic, and said something that made him laugh so hard he leaned his head against Jungkook's chest. Fans swore this was further proof that Xiao Zhan's words were rooted in reality, not just friendship. The dinner photograph. A week later, a fan in Tokyo claimed to have spotted Xiao Zhan, Jungkook, and Taehyung dining together at a dimly lit restaurant. The photo was blurry, but 3 silhouettes could be seen around a corner table. One in a cap, Jungkook, one in a beret, Taehyung, and one in a sharp black coat, Xiao Zhan. The fan claimed they seemed relaxed. Xiao Zhan was telling a story, and Jungkook had his hand resting on the back of Taehyung's chair the whole time. The on-stage moment. The first concert after the live stream brought one of the most talked-about moments yet. During the encore, as confetti rained down, Taehyung walked over to Jungkook, leaned in, and said something that made Jungkook freeze for a second, then smile so wide the crowd erupted in screams. Dozens of fan cams tried to decode the moment. Some claim to hear the words "Don't hide anymore." Where Xiao Zhan stands now. Publicly, Xiao Zhan has kept his distance from the storm, focusing on his projects. Privately, insiders say he's been in touch with both Jungkook and Taehyung to make sure they're okay with how things have played out. He never meant to out anything, a source close to him explained. But he also doesn't regret speaking highly of their closeness. If anything, he admires it. The truth, no one's saying. With Big Hit maintaining its silence and the 3 men involved refusing to give a straight answer, the speculation has transformed into something bigger than a rumor. It's become a cultural moment. In fan spaces, Xiao Zhan's accidental comment is now treated as one of the most important unscripted moments in recent pop history. Whether it was a slip, a subtle confirmation, or just a misunderstanding, it's undeniable. It changed the way the world looks at Jungkook and Taehyung. And maybe, just maybe, that was the point all along.